Now drink with your grandma, ain't no way it's gonna die. Eating pie on the fly, gotta catch a ride.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Gordox YouTube channel. This is going to be the first video. This channel is going to be based basically around stories and shit, you know what I'm saying? So this story is going to be about the time where me, my brothers, and a couple of our friends, we almost fucking died. So this shit gets kind of fucking crazy. I'm just going to let you guys know as well, if you have ever been through a traumatizing event and you feel uncomfortable watching this video, feel free to click away because it does have a minor description of sexual assault and stuff, and it has that kind of a topic, is based off that kind of a topic. So if you have a PTSD or anything from that, I would advise not watching it. But to start off this video, we're gonna need a little bit of a backstory. All right, this happened back around in 2017, 2018, something around there. Me and my brothers, we lived in this little bumfuck town in the middle of nowhere, a little meth town and shit. And we're staying with my mom and grandparents. Now, me and my brothers, we'd go outside and we would play football and shit until we met these kids. We met these kids around the neighborhood. They all lived around us. And one of them, we'll call him Jamie. And he lived by himself with just him and his parents. And then there's these two brothers, and one of them who we'll call Jack, and the other one we'll call James. Now Jack, he was about 15, James was about 13, and we convinced these kids, we convinced them to play football with us, you know? We wanted a little more friends to play with, you know? So we convinced these guys to come out here and play football with us, because the way our houses were laid out, it was almost in the shape of like an irregular triangle, if that makes any sense. So imagine you got our house in one corner, you got Jack and James's house in the other corner, and then at the top of the triangle, you got Jamie's house. And in between all these houses, there is a field, you know, and this field was perfect for 3 versus 3 gridiron action, you know what I'm saying? So us being 6 teenage boys with access to a football and an easy field, it didn't take us long to get straight down to business. And, you know, this became a bit of a regular thing, and we became some pretty good friends. And it got to the point where we were such good friends, we didn't just want to hang out on the makeshift gridiron. So, we started talking more, like, you know, in between plays and stuff, and we came up with the idea to try to convince our parents to go to the lake. So we convinced them, and they took us to a trip to the local lake. Now this lake, remember this lake. It has a significance later in the video. Just remember it. Now as we're chilling at this lake, you know, we're chatting it up with each other, just yapping our jaws. We're sipping our root beers, and you know, those little hug juices. I know you guys remember those little hug juices. You know, you would finish them off and you pull your straw out like you're pulling a pin and chunk it at your homeboys, and, you know, you act like you're throwing grenades at each other, you know, just chilling with the boys, throwing grenades. What's there not to enjoy, you know? But yeah, that's besides the point. So we were chilling here, and all of a sudden, someone from my grandma's old job had pulled up to the lake. And we're going to call this dude Austin. Now, I don't think Austin knew about us before he pulled up to the lake. I think he just pulled up to the lake and seen us there. And I think that's where this story takes a darker turn. So he's pulled up, and he's talking to our parents. He's hanging out with them. He's giving them some brewskis. You know, they're just all there having a grand old time together. And you know, he's a pretty cool dude, you know, so we thought anyway. But that's for later in the story, okay? So, a couple of hours go by of Austin chilling with our parents, and they're drinking together, and they're talking about their kids, and now Austin brings up in conversation, he's planning on going home after he gets done at the lake, and he's going to be making some authentic Mexican fajitas. Now, us being a white family, whose idea of authentic Mexican fajitas was the little bags you can buy from Walmart, we are very excited about the opportunity presented for us. So when he asked us if we would like to come to the fajita function, we graciously accepted. Okay? And so a little more time goes by. We're still chilling at the lake and stuff until around dinner time, you know. And then when dinner time rolls around, we're packing our stuff up and getting ready to go. So we pack it all up, hop in the whip, and we start cruising to the house, you know. And Jamie, his parents, they said that they already had dinner plans, so they went and did their thing. And Jack and James' parents, they weren't at the lake, so we weren't able to get their permission to go. So we had dropped them back off at their house and rolled back around 30 seconds to our house and got ready to go to the fajita dinner, you know what I mean? So we go there, and luckily we get there. Jack and Jamie, Jack and James, they have already pulled up on their bikes. It's only a short bike ride away from our clusterfuck of houses. So they're already there. They rode their bikes there or whatever, and we get there and we're waiting for the fajitas to get done. Now he's seasoning them up. He's cooking them nice and slow. They take about an hour to cook, and eventually he comes like, "All right, the fajitas are ready. Y'all can make y'all's plates." So everybody's making their plates. We're just chilling. We sit down. We eat, and it's after dinner where things start to get a little suspect with this man. Now Austin suggests to my mother that me, my two brothers, and Jack and James all stay the night at his house. Now, the reason this was a bit suspicious is because he didn't have any kids that were our age. So, it was a bit weird, and my mom found it a bit weird that he would want 5 teenagers just sleeping in his living room floor for no reason at all. And, you know, she had brought this up. She had said, well, why do you want them to stay? You don't have any kids for them to play with and stuff, and he was like, oh, well, I'm going to take them to the lake again tomorrow. I'm going to the lake again. I was going to see if they wanted to go. And, you know, as soon as he said this, me and my brothers, we started begging our mom to let us go. Mom, please, we want to go to the lake. Please, you have to work tomorrow. You can't take us. Please, can we go to the lake with Austin? And our mom, you know, being the good mother she is, and thank God for the fact that she did, she said no. And, you know, we all went home. We had a mutual frustration towards my mother at the time. And even though she did what was ultimately, in the end, life-saving for us. But, you know, we're kids, so we got over it. We went to bed that night and went out and played our 3v3 just like normal the next day. So a couple weeks go by after the events that have transpired. A couple weeks go by, and the detective shows up at my mom's house. And now this detective asked to speak to my mom, and she's very worried at this point. She doesn't know what this is about, and the detective discloses to her that Austin was at work one day talking to himself, saying these horrendous things about his son. And I guess he was a dopehead or something, and his coworker overheard him saying these horrendous things and reported it to the police. Thank God. And the detective had told my mom that was probably his plans for us. And my mom had told the detective anyway, that not to worry, you know, she didn't let us stay over there. She had a bad gut feeling about the guy. And the detective, he was relieved to hear this information, because it had also come out and said that the way he was gonna plan on keeping us quiet about these horrendous things he's planning on doing to us children at the time, he was going to take us to the lake and, for lack of a better word, unalive us there at that very lake. And, yeah, luckily, my mom, she had the good gut instinct, and she literally saved me, my brothers, and 2 other boys' lives that night. Praise God to her. Now, I know I may have made a few jokes in this video, but the reality of the matter is that sexual assault is a serious problem. And if you or anyone you know has ever been through this trauma, please do yourself, and all those that have come before, and all the people that could come after, do all of them a favor and report it. There's multiple hotlines, such as the domestic violence hotline, 1-800-799-7233, the teen dating abuse hotline, 1-866-331-9474, the RAINN sexual assault hotline, 1-800-656-4673. The Department of Defense Rape Hotline, 1-877-995-5247. And the Suicide Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Every one of these hotlines is 24/7. And if you need help, seek help. Do the best thing for you and everybody else involved. Love you all. Thank you for watching.